This creator posted their earnings on OF and it completely broke the internet. So, this is a tweet made by Twitter user Sophie Rain. This was posted on November 28th and it garnered, as of filming, 83,000 likes with 65 million views. And Sophie wrote, "Thank you for 1 year on here." And it shows from November 28th, 2023 to what presumably would be the 2024. And as you can see, the gross earnings is 43,477,695 USD. And this is the spicy website with the lock logo. Is it a lock logo? I don't even know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm not trying to get demonetized here. And this made so many people upset, and there is a big discourse around it. Also, before I start going into this, by the way, I don't want any shaming in the comment section whatsoever. I am of the belief if you are an adult, your body, your choice, you can do whatever you want with it. You can keep it to yourself and you can take pictures and post it on the internet and sell it for money. It is totally up to you as long as you are down for that and all the parties involved are consenting and adults. First up, in the comment section, a lot of men were upset. We have this person writing 50 mil in 1 year just posting, quote, me or the PS5, end quote. Somebody else writing, making more than a doctor just doesn't feel right. With another person responding, Chief, she's making more than a hospital full of doctors. Your issue should be with the market though, not her. People writing, what has society come to? You should be ashamed of yourself. We have this other user writing, imagine you're busting your ass at a 9 to 5, stressing over rent and eating leftovers. Meanwhile, Sophie Rain made 43 mil taking pics. And here you are scrolling Twitter on your break, wondering if hard work still matters. Throwing in my 2 cents here, I just think it's very interesting. Every time the target demographic of the product gets upset that there is a market for said product, like product referring to spicy photos. If we look at this report that was written May 24, 2024 on a site called fanzo.io, they write that 60% of OF users are male. So again, the majority of users on the platform consuming the content are the same party that is upset that these creators are successful. The thing is, in life, there is supply and demand. If there is a demand for it, there will be a supply that will appear to match the demand. That's just how capitalism and life works. Because there is a demand for spicy content, especially from women making the spicy content, that's what I mean. There will be then women who will make the spicy content because there's a demand for it. That's just how it works. And again, we know that because of these statistics, the large group that is creating such a demand are men, which is the same group that gets upset when that person becomes successful. I see this phenomenon in social media a lot, and it's always very interesting. And I'm not even talking in like a spicy scenario, right? There will be scenarios where there will be celebrities that are notably problematic celebrities. And then people are like, wow, I wonder why insert celebrity here has a fan base. But then they continue to like consume the content that that celebrity puts out. So therefore, they still have a platform because you're still consuming the content. You're still feeding into the demand. So there will be stuff to fill the demand if you feed into it. So again, if we completely remove this from like the spicy context, right? And you just see, imagine you're busting your ass in a 9 to 5. Meanwhile, somebody is making 43 million doing who knows what. And here you are scrolling, wondering if hard work still matters. Like you could, I feel like, insert anything else into that, right? But I feel like it's always very interesting when it's spicy content, right? Like there are artists out here, musical artists who make 43 million, millions and millions of dollars singing, but nobody's ever posting, oh my God, Billie Eilish makes X amount of money and all she does is sing. Meanwhile, I'm over here busting my ass in a 9 to 5. Woe is me. That same level of jealousy is not presented to other fields as it is presented to spicy content. And I feel like largely it's because there is a view that spicy content is easy. There's that view that it's like, oh, all you need to do is take off your clothes and take pictures and you're good. And there, in my opinion, is a lot of parallels between spicy content and content creation in general, right? Where there is that same narrative. Oh my God, your life must be so easy. All you do is hit go live on stream and then play games on stream and wow, you get a bunch of viewers and money. And it's not that easy. Again, there is always a discourse, right? I would argue that streaming and content creation is difficult. It is not more difficult than like a construction job, but it's still difficult in its own right. And in my opinion, spicy content falls into the same realm where conceptually it sounds easy. All you do is like take photos of yourself, but there is a lot involved in spicy content and doing spicy content stuff that is time consuming. There's the marketing aspect of it, running all of these social media pages. These spicy people always have more than one social media page per platform. There's more than one Instagram account. They have more than one TikTok account because they're constantly getting banned. So not only do they have to make content, they have to post it at double the rate that an non-spicy creator would have to post it. There's a lot of creativity involved as well, and you can't keep doing the same thing everyone else is doing. Different posts, etc., different poses, different video ideas. There's a lot of strategy, marketing, etc. that goes into it. It's not necessarily as physically demanding as other jobs, but it's not easy like people like to make it seem. I always think it's very interesting when I see the discourse of people who consume that content get upset that there are creators succeeding because of it. And two, how they always make it seem like it's easier than it actually is. Because again, if we use the singing argument, well, why can't you just pick up a mic and sing and then be as successful as Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, or insert any other large popular artist? All they have to do is sing into a microphone, right? I think the second discourse is always very interesting as well, because we have people with statements like 48 million for my dignity, can buy all those cars and houses, but at least I can say I have my morals and self-worth, LOL. Enjoy your money. I don't know. I feel like a lot of times if you presented them with two choices, right? Here, you could get $48 million. Option B, you don't get $48 million. I feel like most people are willing to sacrifice a significant amount of dignity to get the $48 million, right? Like you could be sad and miserable or whatever, right? Because of your career choice. At least you're sad and miserable with a retirement fund in a mansion, driving a Lamborghini around. I guess it depends on your priorities as well, right? But I always think that point is very interesting. And we have this person writing their take as well. Disrespectfully, most men would absolutely compromise their morals for these kinds of profits if they could. If there was some comparable opportunity for men, even more of them would do it than women do only. So I don't want to hear about how this is sad. What's really sad is good women working 9 to 5 and still being expected to cook, clean, F their husbands like they owe it to them despite not actually being provided for. Yuck. So I mean, I do agree with like the beginning sentiment. I do feel like we're starting to err a little bit into pick-me territory in the second half, but I can completely understand, again, being in a position where you're frustrated because somebody else is doing better than you. Somebody else is making more money than you, and you're upset because you don't have 43 million. I'm upset that I don't have 43 million, but it's okay. I will live my life. But yeah, I do feel like if there was an equal opportunity for you to get filthy, filthy rich, who wouldn't take on these opportunities? And I feel like the discourse of you should be ashamed of yourself, or I'd rather keep my morals, you typically don't become a millionaire by keeping morals. You typically don't amass like tens of millions of dollars by being a moral person. If you look at other millionaires and how they've acquired their money, a lot of times there is some sort of exploitation and things going on. I'm not saying you should do that and you should exploit people to become a millionaire, but I feel like in the case of at least being an OF creator, it's a very singular thing. It's you, and you might be sacrificing supposed morals, right? If that is something you do value. Some people, again, their value on like nudity and like sexual content is different, but you're not like necessarily exploiting other people to get to that point. But yeah, I always think it's very interesting when people like to play the moral high ground of like, I'd rather keep my morals, but like you weren't presented with the option to get 43 million to sacrifice your morals, you know? Like the reason you keep your morals is because you don't have that 43 million. And I think going back to the other point, I really like what this person wrote, Maury writing, people mad at Sophie Rain for making 40 mil on OF instead of being mad at the losers who paid for all her content, LMFAO. This is capitalism, supply and demand. Hey, at the end of the day, buy whatever you want as long as it's ethical and people consent, right? If she is putting out this content and you want to consume it, that's on you if you want to spend your money on that, right? As long as it's not affecting your life or other people around you, do whatever you want, buy whatever you want. So I think like referring to people as losers maybe is a bit harsh, but I definitely do not think it's the creator's fault for what? Feeding into demand that exists, that has been there for since the beginning of time, essentially. And we have this creator on TikTok by the name of Tinks, if I say their name correctly. And they have an interesting take as well.
The reason that men get so pissed off every time an OF girl comes out and says how much money she's made is because they don't like that women have found a way with OF to financially benefit in an insane way from a system that the male gaze and the patriarchy not only created but uphold. I've seen so many baffled takes on here from men over the past 24 hours saying, oh, they can't believe how much, 43 million in 1 year, Sophie Rain, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that there isn't some like murky morality with the entire industry, because there is. But ultimately, it annoys them so much. That is how much men like to look. They like to look $43 million worth.
I don't really have much more to add because I think that creator worded it so well. Honestly, There's a game that we're playing out here, and Sophie is playing straight into it. Because we live in a very patriarchal society, well, this is what patriarchy can do for you. You make an OF and you can potentially, again, she is like the really, 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 really niche scenario, but you could potentially make $43 million. And honestly, for all the people that are getting really upset, the call is coming from inside the house. So anyways, I'm curious as to your thoughts about this. Please be respectful in the comment section down below. The way I view things, nobody's getting hurt. She's doing something that it seems like she really enjoys and that she's consenting to, and she is an adult. And seems like she's just minding her own business, living her life. But that's just my personal opinion. So anyways, if you like this video, I appreciate it if you like to subscribe. I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos. Peace.